always trying to outdo you. Outdo you when those who merely use you are absent during crucial moments. They subtly convey that your feelings and needs aren't valuable enough for their priority. This disregard leaves us feeling isolated and lacking true companionship. And before we've even had time to close the door on that disappointment, these types often reveal another side, a hidden competitiveness. They don't stop at ignoring you. They seek to outdo you in every area from work to personal life. Instead of celebrating your successes or offering support, they're fixated on winning. This is a clear sign of a relationship where sincerity is replaced by envy. This mentality could come from a colleague constantly competing over achievements, a friend always trying to outshine you, or even a family member bent on proving they're better. Imagine sharing a small accomplishment like a successful project or personal goal. Instead of sharing in your joy, they immediately mention a greater success of their own or imply that your accomplishment isn't impressive. Or maybe it's a friend or colleague who keeps reminding you of what they've done better purposely, downplaying your achievements. Those who constantly seek to surpass others often fail to realize that when we derive value only from others' shortcomings, we lose our inner freedom. This need to be superior traps them in a cycle of envy. Have you ever encountered someone who feels dissatisfied when you achieve something or only finds joy in seeing you fall short? This reflects their dependence on superficial pride, which never brings genuine happiness. Imagine working on a team project where you've contributed significantly, but when it's time to report the results, a colleague claims the credit and highlights their role over yours at this moment. A Stoic might ask, what is truly within my control? Do I need this person's recognition to understand my worth? This mindset focuses on inner calm and higher goals. Ultimately, true freedom and happiness come from independent of thought and spirit, not from relying on others' approval when facing people who constantly try to outdo you. Remember that you don't have to engage in their race, instead, maintain your calm. As Seneca wisely said, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Stoicism reminds us that real value lies in inner peace, in focusing on our own growth, and in letting go of the need to compete. Ask yourself, am I ready to live a life centered on my personal growth, where only those who truly support and uplift me are part of my journey? If this resonates with you, give a like as a commitment to cherish positive relationships. Now, let's move on to our next music lesson. Number 9, spreading gossip and breaching. Spreading gossip and breaching trust. Trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. When someone betrays you through gossip or destructive behavior, they damage the core value of mutual trust. Yet it's essential to recognize that betrayal is beyond our control. The only thing we can truly control is how we respond to it. Imagine a common scenario. You have a close friend, someone you trust deeply, and often share your most personal thoughts and feelings with. But one day you hear from someone else that they've been speaking poorly about you, even revealing secrets you entrusted to them. Pain and disappointment set in, as trust is not only about reliability, but also about the bond you've carefully nurtured over time. At that moment, you may question, is this person truly my friend? Or have they simply been using me for their own benefit? Asking yourself questions like these allows you to evaluate the relationship and recognize the true nature of that person. If the answer is no, you've discovered the truth and freed yourself from a toxic relationship. However, don't let resentment or hurt linger within you. Stoicism teaches that others' hurtful actions cannot control our emotions unless we allow them. Stoicism encourages us to accept betrayal as part of human nature. Sometimes people betray trust or speak ill, not out of a desire to harm, but because they lack understanding and stability within themselves. When you understand this, you'll see that those who gossip or betray your trust are merely revealing their own weaknesses. You might ask yourself, why should I let someone else's actions disrupt my inner peace in these situations? Learn to forgive, but also be mindful not to entrust your heart to someone unworthy. Forgiveness doesn't mean letting them continue to hurt you, it means freeing yourself from resentment and negativity. This not only protects your soul, but also preserves your tranquility, helping you avoid the spiral of pain and disappointment in reality. Maintaining. Don't skip. There's a common misunderstanding that the most valuable human resource is time. But the deeper truth is this: it's the focus time keeps passing. But focus is what makes things happen when we give our full attention to one task. Even for a brief moment, we can make a greater impact than hours of scattered, distracted work. On the other hand, when the mind is pulled in every direction, no amount of time is enough to produce results. Today's world is full of movement and instability. The economy fluctuates, technology changes constantly, crises strike without warning. As if the ground beneath us is always shifting in that context. Maintaining focus and calm isn't just a skill, it's proof of steadiness, of the ability to see beyond the noise and stay on course in the middle of the storm. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind. Not outside events realize this, and you will find strength. We can't control what happens around us, but we can fully control how we respond and where we place our attention." This video will give you 8 strategies to stay calm and focused in chaos. Because in chaos, clarity is what truly matters. But before we begin, do one simple yet powerful thing. Write in the comments below, "I control my mind," when you write it down. You're not just saying it, you're starting to live it. Number 1. Embrace emotional agility. Agility, a resilient leader, is someone who understands that moment and knows when to pause. They don't suppress anger or hide insecurity. They face these feelings, acknowledge them, and then set them aside to do the right thing. This is emotional agility, a skill that keeps you steady and helps your team maintain trust and stability. Have you ever wondered why someone's silence and calm presence can command respect? Even cause anxiety in a room full of chaos? The person who remains composed silently sends a strong message of self-assurance. I know who I am, and nothing out there can shake me. The philosopher E.R. Epicus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. What happens to you doesn't define who you are. How you respond is what paints the picture of your character every time your emotions try to pull you away from yourself." Remember, you have the power to choose your reaction. That choice is what separates those controlled by emotion from those who know how to control it. To do this, you need to practice self-awareness every day. Don't wait until emotional waves rise to suddenly ask yourself, "How am I feeling?" Start writing every night before bed. Sit down and record what you felt during the day. When did you feel angry and why? What did you regret and what reaction made you proud of yourself? Your words will become a mirror reflecting your mind. The more you write, the more you'll realize most impulses are unconscious reactions, and a leader cannot afford to act on instinct without reason. Once SAA, Adela CEO of Microsoft, shared a moment when he realized the power of pausing during a large meeting. A team member strongly challenged one of his proposals. All eyes turned to Satya, waiting for his reaction. He felt his heart race discomfort. Rising, but instead of responding right away, he took a deep breath and paused for a few seconds. That silent pause calmed the entire room. Then he asked gently, "Can you clarify the point you're most concerned about?" Instead of arguing, he chose to dig deeper. The result: the team discovered a critical flaw in the plan, avoiding a major failure. But don't think silence is just a strategy. It's a mindset. It shows you're not caught in someone else's emotional trap. Disrespectful people often provoke you because they want you to react and lower yourself. When you don't respond, they're left feeling empty and insecure. On the other hand, your composure reminds them that control isn't in their hands. Remember, emotional agility doesn't mean perfection. Sometimes you'll fail, sometimes you'll say things you shouldn't. What matters is that you notice, learn, and do better tomorrow. No leader is strong because they've never made mistakes. They are strong because they admit them and keep moving forward. In the next part, I'll share something that seems simple, but is the foundation for maintaining emotional balance and focus. Prioritizing both mental and physical health. It's not just about eating well or exercising, it's about the art of creating space for your mind to recover. The place where every important decision truly begins. Have you ever asked yourself what happens when your mind is exhausted, but you're forced to make decisions anyway? We'll explore that next. Number 2, prioritize mental and physical. Prioritize mental and physical well-being. Well-being in times of chaos. People often rush to find external solutions, forgetting that the root of focus and emotional control lies in mental and physical health. A leader, no matter how talented, will become impulsive and lost if their mind is unsettled and their body exhausted. Stoic philosophy.